the heart is a blue. Shoots up through the stony ground, but there is no room. No space to rent in this town, you're out of luck. And the reason that you've had to care, the traffic is stuck. And you're not moving anywhere. You thought you found a friend to take you out of this place. Somehow you could lend a hand in return for grace.
It's a beautiful day.
See the world in green and blue. See China rise in front of you. See the canyons broken by cloud. See the tuna fleas clearing the sea out. See the bed-worn fires at night. See the oil fields at first light. See the bird with the leaf in her mouth. After the flood, all the colors came out. Yeah.
Dream I'm dreaming, but there's a voice inside my head saying you'll never reach it. Every step I'm taking, every move I make feels lost with no direction. My faith is shaking, but I got to keep trying, gotta keep my head held high. There's always gonna be another mountain, I'm always gonna wanna make it move. Always gonna be an uphill battle, sometimes I'm gonna have to lose. Ain't about how fast I get there, ain't about what's waiting on the other side.
We go hide away in daylight. We go undercover, wait out the sun. Got our secrets out in plain sight. Where the streets are empty, that's where we run. Everyday people do everyday things, but I can't be one of them. I know you hear me now. We are a different kind. We can't do anything. We could be heroes. Ooh, we could be heroes. Me and you. We could be heroes. Ooh, we could be heroes. Me and you. We could be. Anybody's got the power. They don't see it 'cause they don't understand. Spin around and around for hours. Me and you got the world in the hands. Everyday people do everyday things, but I can't be one of them. I know you hear me now. We are a different kind. We can't do anything. We could be heroes. Ooh, we could be heroes. Me and you. We could be. All we're looking for is love in a little light. We could be. All we're looking for is love in a little light. Love in a little light. We could be. All we're looking for is love in a little light. Love in a little light. We could be. We could be heroes. Ooh, we could be. There's a hero inside your heart.
There's an answer when you reach into your soul, and the sorrow that you know will melt away.
Then a hero comes along with the strength to carry on, and you cast your fears aside, and you know you can survive. So when you feel like hope is gone, look inside you and be strong, and you'll finally see the cast your fears aside, and you know you can survive. So when you feel like hope is gone, look inside you and be strong, and you'll finally see the truth, that a hero lies in you. Lord knows dreams are hard to follow. Tear them away. Hold on, there will be tomorrow. In time, you'll find a way. And then a hero comes along with the strength to carry on, and you cast your fears aside, and you know you can survive. So when you feel like hope is gone, look inside you and be strong, and you'll finally see the truth, that a hero lies in you. That a hero lies in you. That a hero lies in
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mistress of Ceremonies, Sue Manteris, and Master of Ceremonies, Kendall Tenney.
Ooh, I like that music. We should start dancing. Good evening, everyone. Hey, let's settle down. We're gonna start on time so we can get you out on time, right? Right. It's great to see everybody again. This is wonderful. I hear the glasses chiming in. Yes, come on, let's get everybody seated. Kendall, I guess we should begin, right?
Well, maybe we can get everybody seated by asking, does anybody know the score of the UNLV-UNR game?
Yes. We won! We're bringing the cannon home!
All right, let's hear it for the
Woo!
Rebels!
Thank you, Don. Love you.
Although my son goes to UNR now, so.
Uh-oh.
I know.
It's going to be a tough household
Yeah.
whenever the two teams.
Exactly.
We're bringing a cannon home.
Yeah.
It's going to make it, we're going to make it red. We're going to make it red
Beautiful
again.
red dress, by the way.
I love it. Thank you, Kendall.
Okay, let's get rolling.
Yes.
And I know it's so exciting to see everyone and see friends that we haven't seen in a while, so I get it, because I've been out there. We've both been out there when we're talking and trying to get things rolling. So understood, but if you could try to move to your tables as quickly as possible so we can get rolling. And maybe we can get it rolling by hearing a huge ovation for the students who have performed inside and out tonight. Let's give them a big round of applause.
Kendall, I can't believe it's already the 19th annual Education Hero Award dinner. 19 years we have been doing this, and it gets bigger and better, and we do so much for the kids in our public schools.
Yeah, so thank you in advance to everyone who has given up their time, their resources, and simply thank you to all of you for being here tonight, because we know there are a lot of other things going on around town and in your lives this evening. All right, another thank you is for a group we just heard. Man, those were talented kids. Those were that was the Vocal Infinity Choir from Durango High School under the direction of Lisa Ramirez. Let's hear it for them.
Woo! Yeah!
Great stuff.
This crowd is rowdier than usual.
They're fired
this
up.
year.
It's the
They are
UNLV
fired up.
victory.
It's the UNLV victory. Okay,
Yeah.
folks, listen up. Now, as you arrived at the hotel this evening, you were welcomed by the Mojave High School Army Junior ROTC. They escorted me up, and it was nice to be on the arm of a man in uniform.
Very nice.
It was really, really nice. So that was under the command of Sergeant First Class Tom Slaughter, retired. You also experienced the amazing performers from Social Circus. Yeah! All right. Also featured this evening was the Clark County School District Showcase of the Arts. For instance, outside you were able to hear and see the Las Vegas Academy Guitar Quartet led by Bill Swick, the Rancho High School Folklorico directed by Jacqueline Guzman, the Rancho High School Mariachi Ensemble led by Robert Lopez, and some lovely performances on piano, very nice earlier, in the ballroom from Clark High School under the direction of Dr. Charles Cushionary. And we want to acknowledge a very special person tonight, Dr. Rick McEnany, who is the director of the Showcase of the Arts.
Over there at our table.
Yes. We are proud to spotlight extraordinary student artists and their equally gifted teachers from the Clark County School District. They're all here tonight. We're spotlighting them tonight.
Okay, almost everyone is seated. And watch this. This is a trick that Sue and I learned a long time ago.
Okay.
Just be patient. It really works.
It works.
It's an old trick.
Why did we do that earlier?
Well, we wanted to let everybody sit down. We knew everybody was excited
Okay.
to see each other.
Okay.
So we get it. So thank you so much for being here this evening. Hopefully you were able to see all the fantastic auction items. And that auction, the silent auction, closes soon. So this is your last chance to check in, see what you've won or see what you're winning or up your bid. You can also, as you know, use your smartphone to support teaching and learning in our committee. So we invite you right now to donate by hitting a button on your smartphone. It's that simple. And thank you to everyone who already has given thus far.
The Public Education Foundation is excited to be back at the Mandarin Oriental this year. A special thank you to General Manager Cliff Atkinson and his staff for the world-class hospitality, including Executive Chef David Worley and Executive Pastry Chef Philippe Angibault for an exceptional meal tonight. Yeah. And tonight we honor extraordinary individuals committed to improving educational opportunities for all children. We are here to pay tribute to John Guedry, Myron Martin, and Dr. Beverly Mathis. They each have championed public education.
Well, our honorees have all devoted themselves to making Southern Nevada a better place to live. They each demonstrate the very best of compassion, giving, and excellence. So we are proud and we are privileged to be honoring all of their achievements this evening.
Yeah. And we are here to see so many individuals here tonight who share our commitment to public education and to children. I would like to take a moment to introduce a group of special people who've dedicated themselves to improving public education each and every day. The Clark County Board of School Trustees. We are proud to have you here tonight. As your name is called, please stand. And for the rest of you folks, please hold your applause until all the trustees are standing who are here tonight. President Dr. Linda Young, Vice President Chris Garvey, Clerk Deanna Wright, Trustee Kevin Child, and Trustee Carolyn Edwards.
You know, it's no secret there are so many challenges facing public education. We understand it requires really innovative thinking and teamwork to raise the bar. We're happy to report that we are seeing that improvement in and around Southern Nevada, which is due in no small part to the leadership of the Clark County School District, including our Superintendent, Pat Skorkowski. And please, yes, let's hear it. To hear a little bit more about everything and the good things that are going on, please give a warm welcome to Superintendent Pat Skorkowski.
Good evening, and first and foremost, thank you all for being here. Public education is in my heart. For those of you who don't know my story, I have been here in the Clark County School District now. This is my 28th year. I started as a first grade teacher at C.C. Rano Elementary School and have literally worked my way up every job to the superintendency. But I will tell you, the thing that amazes me the most about this community is the people who come together to support public education. Tonight we're here, and truly, thank you all who do that. Thank you so much. You know, Judy throws a great party, and let's give her a round of applause. She throws a great party. Every year we come to see what is going to happen at this event, and today, truly, we are here to honor three amazing people who I consider dear friends that I have known and worked with over the years, and I'm so proud that we are able to honor them this evening. But first and foremost, it is about you. It is about you who are here in this room to support the Public Education Foundation. They are our extra support and love and the ability, they bring us the ability to make a difference for every one of our students. They look at our at-risk students, they look at our scholarship winners, they come together and they bring us to that new level that we have to be at in education. So to the Public Education Foundation and all the amazing programs and partnerships that we have with you, Judy and your team, thank you so much. But most importantly, to you who are here tonight. Because I'm asking you this evening to continue to pledge to make the difference, to commit to the students in the Clark County School District, to commit to the honor of lifting up our students to be better. We are seeing some amazing results. We're getting ready to announce a preliminary graduation rate. You're going to see a great number that goes up there. We have literally some of the best schools in the nation, 5 of them in the top of Newsweek's U.S. News and World Report's top 500 schools in the nation. 5 of our schools made it there. We're going to have, we think, 6 schools that make 100% graduation rate this year. But that's not good enough. And I'll tell you, I'm not going to relax and sleep. Today, I spent the day with kids. I started out at Green Valley High School this morning with the Key Club members from across the valley. 2,000 students who committed to community service for this year. And they will bring thousands of hours of community service to our community this year. They will make a difference for our kids. They will make a difference for themselves. I then went on to the After School All-Stars and spent time with 700 of our most at-risk kids who have the opportunity to go to programs after schools. And then I see the programs that the Public Education Foundation brings to our district. And it is something that we have to make it work. Because I'm only one person, and one person cannot change the culture of education in this valley. It takes everyone in this room. It takes 320,000 kids. It takes 40,000 employees. And it takes every member of this community to ensure that we lift up every student in every classroom without exceptions and without excuses. So to my team and my trustees who are over here, thank you so much for giving your time and effort. To everyone else in the room, it is for the kids. Because Jane Baldwin says, "For these are our children. We will profit by or pay for whatever they become." Let's make sure that we profit here in Clark County. Thank you so much.
The Public Education Foundation brings together individuals from the private, public, and nonprofit sectors. We create strategic partnerships to address difficult and complex issues that Pat was talking a little bit about. We're living in exciting times. The transformation of public education is becoming more possible because of all of you, our generous supporters and friends. Our circle of friends represents a group of donors who have made substantial contributions in support of this year's dinner. It is our pleasure now to introduce them to you. We are grateful for their continued commitment and significant support.
You can count on me like 1, 2, 3, I'll be there.
The Las Vegas Sands Corp donates to the Public Education Fund because it's a great organization that's doing fantastic things for the youth in Southern Nevada. I really enjoy our company supporting the Public Education Foundation. There's 3 great programs that we support. The Leadership Academy, where we get the best practices from all across the country, and our administrators and teachers learn that and are able to give that to the students. The Scholarship Luncheon is probably the thing that I'm most proud of. You know, the Public Education Foundation has worked with the community and collaborated so that they have been able to give nearly 5,000 scholarships to students. You know, $9.5 million, which is awesome. The Teachers Exchange, you know, we are a convention business, and so we have supplies all the time that we're able to donate to the different schools for their drama, for the students just in their regular classes to have school supplies. These are things that are going to help those students be awesome and really have a great experience in their education. If I were to come up with 3 words to describe the Education Hero Award winners this evening, I would say big heart, true leaders, and dedicated.
At NV Energy, we're proud to have a foundation that gives back, whether it's the environment, whether it's giving back to the arts, with the thing that we hear from our employees, because we fund through our foundation what our employees want to do, and it's loud and clear that it's the youth, it's the education that we give back to, and so that's why we're always going to be there for our students, whether it's the 1,000 high school seniors that we've given scholarships to over the last decade, the impact that we're having there. Because we hear it when they come back, and hopefully they'll come back and work for us someday as engineers, as lawyers, as accountants. The Clark County School District is putting out a terrific workforce for the future, future leaders, and we're always going to be there for them. There are so many programs at the Public Education Foundation, whether it's the We Are Community program, which is training our teens, or the Teacher Leadership program that NV Energy is proud to be a founding supporter of. We want to train the youth, but we also want to train the educators to move up to that next level too. So the Public Education Foundation is not just there just for the students, it's also there for continuing education opportunities, training our leaders to move up and be mentors to the future leaders. The Public Education Foundation is a one-stop shop of excellence, and so we're proud to be affiliated with them. You know, whether it's John Guedry or Myron Martin or Dr. Mathis, I mean, you talk about charisma, talk about dedication, talk about thinking outside the box and just giving back. I mean, I think that about all 3 of them. I think couldn't have 3 better, more appropriate honorees who've dedicated their lives to the Southern Nevada community.
Caesars Entertainment donates to the Public Education Foundation because we believe there's nothing more important than educating your children. They're our future, they're how the quality of both our city and our world, and having the Public Education Foundation there supporting, mentoring, and putting in programs like the Leadership Institute, reading programs, all of the things that'll really make our schools better is something we think is core to the foundation of who we are as a community. One of the things Caesars Entertainment is most proud of in our partnership with the Public Education Foundation is the Teachers Exchange. This is a program that their president Judy Steele and I envisioned almost a decade ago, where we could collect recyclable goods and make them available to all of the teachers throughout the valley. And it's become not only a model for other school districts around the country, but it's provided a way that teachers can come in at a very low cost, find multitude of items that they can use in their classroom as they work to educate their kids. I think the goal of Caesar's support of the Public Education Foundation is to provide our teachers with the best resource, the best support, the best leadership programs so that they can be leading edge in what they bring to our children. We're there to be a part of the public education system and to offer independent help in a way that really makes sure that the quality of our education is one that we can be proud of as a city and as a community. I just would like to add my heartfelt congratulations to Myron, John, Dr. Beverly. The work that you do, the time that you give, the investment that you make in public education gives back to all of us in, as they would say in business, a return on investment that's unimaginable. Thank you.
You can count on me 'cause I can count on you.
Well, now it is time to celebrate our first honoree, who is the Champion of Children Award. This one recognizes individuals who are dedicated to supporting children and advancing children's issues. So each year, we recognize an individual whose dedication and passion serve as an inspiration to all of us. And tonight's honoree captures the true spirit of a champion of children. So to introduce our honoree, please welcome the chairman of the board of the Public Education Foundation, Sig Rogich, and board member Lark McCarthy.
Well, first of all, thank you all for being here tonight. I appreciate the attendance and your support through the years. I'll give a little preface to this to tell you that in the last 20 years, we've raised north of $110 million in cash and in-kind donations. You should pat yourself on the back. That's all from the private sector. You know, it wasn't that long ago if someone would have told you that we would have in today's dollars a $1 billion performing arts facility, you probably would have thought they'd be a little crazy, but we do. It started in good part, you know, with my friend Don Snyder, who led the charge in the working efforts of his compadre and sidekick through the whole endeavor, the man we're honoring tonight, Myron Martin. Myron played the central role because he knew that a community needed the arts to really have some soul and character. And one of the magnificent things about the Smith Center is that philosophy and deep-seated belief that children and the arts are inseparable. And so the Smith Center, with Myron at the helm, worked closely with the Clark County School District to make all of this happen. And in just 3 short years, we've already hosted at the center almost 200,000 students and teachers for workshops, student matinees, and other educational outreach programs. Pretty amazing. Thank you. And thank you, my friend. I'm honored to be here tonight for you, Myron. I appreciate your friendship, your professionalism, and all that you've done to build that bridge between the performing arts and children in Southern Nevada. You know, children and every adult in this community, and certainly parents too, are better off because of your leadership. And so you're so deserving of this award tonight, this Champion of Children. We honor it, we name it in good part for people like you, for all that you do. So thank you. And now I want to have Lark McCarthy say a few words, my buddy from Washington, D.C.
Thank you, Sig. You know, I couldn't agree more that Myron Martin is so deserving of the Champion of Children Award. I've seen firsthand the impact that the Smith Center is having on young people in our community. Myron sets the tone about commitment to arts education as vital. It's a vital part of the center's identity and its mission. You know, I've read some of the touching letters from children after seeing a production, and I've been fortunate to co-host with Clint Holmes a number of student performances at the Smith Center. The Tribute to the Arts concert series is sponsored by the Clark County School District, the Smith Center, and the Public Education Foundation. But it would not have been possible without the support of Myron and the Smith Center. You know, I told you this last year, but they get to perform, you know, with their peers, their teachers, professional musicians. Trust me, it's just witnessing pure joy to see them in spectacular Reynolds Hall. So thank you, Myron, for that. Now, that's just one example of Myron as a strong believer and a practitioner of partnerships when it comes to arts education. He understands that you cannot be effective and territorial. I was first introduced to the center and to Myron because I'm on a Kennedy Center committee, and there are so many thriving partnerships with the Kennedy Center. But let me tell you about just one that says a lot about Myron and guts. Any Given Child is a very ambitious program that aims to bring a cohesive arts education curriculum to grades K through 8. Think about that, all the way through elementary school. Now Myron, because they were, at that point, the center wasn't even built, it was under construction. And when Candy Snyder brought this to him, he easily could have said, that's too much to take on with this new performing arts center. But he embraced it. He said yes. And the Smith Center is the lead agency for ensuring the arts for any given child in Southern Nevada. That, to me, was gutsy leadership. You know, all too often, the importance of the arts to education is overlooked. It's not understood. We are fortunate here to have Myron working hard with others to foster a lifelong engagement with the arts. So thank you, Myron, for helping lead the way. So we want you to feel right at home here. So as an announcer at the Smith Center might say, ladies and gentlemen, silence your cell phones. We now present a video for Myron.
Hi, Myron. I know I promised you I'd be there, and I could tell by the look in your eye you didn't believe me, but I am here. I really am sorry that I can't be there in person. I'm in Omaha, Nebraska with the Omaha Symphony Orchestra performing tonight. My wife's there representing the family. Congratulations, that's the first thing I want to say on winning this award. Other than me, I can't think of anyone more deserving than you. And while I'm congratulating you, let me thank you for giving me such a memorable night last year when I received this award. That night really goes down in my lexicon of nights as one of the greatest nights of my life. Kind of goes along with the first time I went to Carnegie Hall. Well, actually, you took me, that's right, I remember that now. And the first night that I walked on the stage at the Smith Center. That's right, you took me there. And the night I found out that I was going to be the resident artist at the Cabaret Jazz. You were there for that too. You're a very important part of my life. So I wanted to be a part of making this night special for you. So hopefully you don't know what's about to happen. Even if you do, you're going to enjoy it. We love you. We love the work you do for all of us in this community, and certainly for your belief and faith in the fact that the arts are so important for young people. And that's what this award is about tonight. So I love you, Myron. Have a great time. And let me introduce you to a mutual friend who's going to take you into the rest of the evening. Please welcome Susan Anton.
Hey! Hello, everybody. Where's Myron? Hello, handsome. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Oh, and where's Miss Dana? Hi, gorgeous. Oh, you got a haircut. I like it. And Kelly Clinton. I'm glad to see the family is represented. Oh, my gosh. Hello, everybody. I am so thrilled to be here tonight. Let me get my notes out. And, of course, my glasses. Good evening, everyone. I'm thrilled to be here tonight to honor Myron Martin, tonight's recipient of the Champion of Children honor. My husband, Jeff Lester, and I are blessed to call Myron and Dana our friends. Both my husband and I have also had the pleasure of working with Myron, alongside him, my husband Jeff as a filmmaker, and me as a performer. When Myron brought the Tony Award-winning musical Hairspray to Las Vegas, he thought of me in the part of Velma von Tussle. I watched how he poured his heart and energy into every aspect of our wonderful production. As artists, all of us in the cast thrived under his leadership and generosity. It was one of the great joys of my life. It was a dream come true. So, what sets a dream in motion? I believe it is that moment when we are exposed to something that sends shivers down our spines, thrills our souls, and lets us know, this is where I belong. This is what I am meant to do. There's just some part of you that suddenly feels connected to something bigger, something powerful, and until that moment, unimagined. I believe we all come into this world with a destiny, a talent, and a purpose. But if we do not have the opportunity to be exposed to that unique part of ourselves, our truth, through an experience, an encounter, a moment, then we just might miss it. Now, I know for me, my moment was when I was 13 years old. I was on my first trip to New York City. I was with a group of young teens, and we were at Radio City Music Hall. Oh, my goodness. I'd never seen anything so spectacular in all of my life. It was the most beautiful place I'd ever seen. And then the Rockettes came out across the massive stage in perfect precision, of course. Their beauty and talent dazzled me. And after the Rockettes finished their number, the movie screen came down and the film began. The Sound of Music. Well, you all know that iconic opening scene, right? Julie Andrews twirling around on a majestic mountaintop singing, "The hills are alive with the sound of music," right? Well, that was my moment. That changed my life. I knew what I was going to do for the rest of my life. And I have been blessed to live that dream of being an actress and a singer. I performed at Radio City Music Hall, and I traveled the world doing what I love. But I believe it would have never happened had I not experienced that moment, that feeling, when I was sitting in the balcony, 13 years old, at Radio City Music Hall. Now for Myron, his moment came in the 4th grade in Houston. His class's big field trip was to Jones Hall, the Performing Arts Center in downtown Houston. Now, he had never been there until that point, and as he and his fellow students pulled up to this majestic building, Myron knew that he had gone someplace special. As Myron and the other students walked through the grand lobby and into the hall, he found his seat, 8th row center. Good place to start. The house lights went down and the curtain went up, and he got those goosebumps all over, up and down his arms, and that was the day, the moment that he knew that he was going to do this for the rest of his life, be a part of the performing arts. Well, Myron, we have all benefited from your moment back then. Myron knows the power, the importance of the arts, what it plays in our communities, our homes, and in the lives of young people. One of his greatest joys is seeing the Smith Center surrounded by yellow school buses. Kids, whatever grade they're in, coming into that building, that beautiful hall, the bronze statues, the chandeliers, and watching them get their goosebumps, just like he did. Myron is indeed the champion of the children, and a better champion they could never have. Myron, you may never know how many lives you have changed and will continue to change by providing all of us with the opportunity to experience the Smith Center and the magic of the arts. But do know this, my friend, the world is a better, more beautiful, more inspired, vibrant place because of you. Congratulations on this well-deserved honor. Now, of course, I'm not the only one that Clint sent over here to acknowledge your wonderful award tonight. There are some friends here who want to celebrate you. First up is a man of magic and comedy. He has performed on numerous television specials, and for the past 16 years, his family-friendly show at Harrah's has just delighted audiences. He just completed tonight's performance, and he ran over here so he could honor you and delight all of us with his talent. I know that you are very good friends. Ladies and gentlemen, Mac King.
Thank you very much. Hi. Oh wait, don't leave, Susan. You didn't. I have been a big fan of the Public Education Foundation for a long time. I've done a lot of work with them and been very excited to be a part of that. And I've loved Martin since I moved to Las Vegas. But that's not why Clint sent me over here. He wanted me to do a magic trick. He's for Martin, and I need you to help me. Would you stick around to help me with the magic trick? And we also. Oh, your speaking part isn't that big in this. So, no. Yes, okay. But we also need a gentleman from the audience as well. So we need two people. So you should pick anybody you wish.
I think the perfect person to assist is the champion of children.
Where's the champion of children? Oh, he's right here. Myron, come on up. Please allow Susan Anton to escort you to the stage. No kissing. Hey, boss, how are you? So it's so funny. Earlier this week, you tweeted something about me, and I almost wrote back, oh, yeah, hey, I'll see you Saturday. I didn't know. I didn't know either. Can you guys trade places? So, Susan, yes. You've never been to my show before.
No, I haven't.
Well, here's a little something. Do you have any idea what this is?
It's a slicker.
No, this is a cloak of invisibility. That's right, this is the Mac King cloak of invisibility. I put this on, boom, you can't see me. As soon as I put it on, bang, I'm invisible. I wear it, I disappear. Put it on, I'm gone. Yes! I don't feel like doing it tonight. But tonight, I would like to do a card trick. Susan, please take those cards. Count 10 cards right here, one at a time if you would, please. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Perfect. I don't need a microphone. That was good. Hand the rest of the deck over to the champion of children, if you will. And please, Susan, put those 10 someplace where I can't get to them.
Don't you even try.
What keeps those from dropping through? Never mind. No, that's a good choice. I don't reckon you have any pockets. All right. So, Myron. Don said he'll get them. Don, that's good. All right. 10 more, Martin, if you would, please, sir. Right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Did I just call you Martin?
All night long.
Really? I'm sorry. I meant Clint. I'm so sorry. Myron, please put your 10 in your pants pocket. I'm just being specific with you because I'm scared. All right, so 10 cards in your right front pants pocket, and yours are right in the front. We'll just say. But left, right, center?
Center.
Center, okay.
Yep.
It's important that I know. In the valley. of delight. It's important that I know where they are because I'm going to sneak in there without you feeling it. I'll show you how to do this after the show. I'm going to sneak in there without you feeling it, and I'll sneak out 3 cards. You won't feel it. Then I'm going to sneak those same 3 cards into your pants. You're probably going to feel it. So 3 cards will fly invisibly through the air from her place of magic into his pants pocket. To do this, I need the aid of a secret device, which I've hidden under your table secretly. You didn't know. But I'm going to go get that. While I'm gone, you tell everybody about your whatever you guys got going on together. I don't know what that is. I'll be back in about 10 minutes. That was on purpose. Number 1. Ooh! Myron, did you feel number 2 land in your pants? Suzanne. What are you doing there? 3 cards have flown, giving Myron more than 10 cards. Get ready, this is going to blow your minds. Right now, there are 2 people standing before you. Now there are 3. I'm back. I will prove I walked invisibly among you. Keep your cards where they are, please, sir. Bring yours out of there, please. Just the cards. Count them here, please. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7.
Yep.
7.
You watch out.
7 warm cards. 3 are missing. Bring them out of there, Myron. Got so hung up on that now. I'm so sorry. Make sure you get them all. Oh, there's money in there?
Oh, no,
I didn't know that was there. Shoot. Count them here, please, sir. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Myron, congratulations. Thank you so much. Everybody loves you, even me. Thank you so much. Watch your step. Champion of Children, Myron Martin. Susan Anton, thank you very much. I'm just going to put this on and slink away. Really, congratulations. Thank you so much. And thanks for that kind introduction. Thanks for your kind attention.
I knew I was going to have fun tonight. I didn't know it was going to be that much fun. All right. Myron, we have a really wonderful surprise for you. In 1999, our next guest became the first American composer in 22 years to have 3 shows running simultaneously on Broadway: Jekyll and Hyde, The Scarlet Pimpernel, and The Civil War. He currently has 18 shows in production worldwide. His songs have been recorded and sung by some of the greatest artists of our time: Natalie Cole, Kenny Rogers, Patti LaBelle, and Linda Eder. His Where Do Broken Hearts Go was an international #1 hit for Whitney Houston in 1988. In 2013, his show, Frank and Friends, was performed at the Smith Center's Cabaret Jazz. It was an evening of songs performed by Jane Monheit and Myron's dear friend, Clint Holmes. The show became a PBS special produced by Myron and was nominated for several Emmy Awards. Frank and Myron are good friends who share a passion for the arts and fostering young talent. Here, all the way from New York City via Houston, to pay tribute to his friend is Frank Wildhorn, joined by one of Myron's favorite singers, Bruce Ewing.
Hey, Myron. So I was in Houston last night. It was interesting hearing the story about Jones Hall and stuff because we opened Bonnie and Clyde in Houston. And last night, and for some reason, I woke up this morning, I got on a plane and I came here. And I thought, well, while I was here, I'll visit Kelly and say hi to Dana. But then they said they needed a piano player, so I thought I'd do this. Listen, I love you so much, and the adventures that we shared, I hope, are just the beginning of many adventures to come. And a lot today, they've been saying about the moment that you discovered this and the moment that you became this. So there's a song I wrote that kind of has the word moment in it. And it goes like this, and I worked with Bruce today working on this, hiding from you to make sure that you wouldn't see us perform and stuff. And it was a joy, Bruce. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Anyway, here we go.
This is the moment, this is the day when I send all my doubts and demons on their way. Every endeavor I have made ever is coming into play, is here and now today. This is the moment, this is the time when the momentum and the moment are in rhyme. Give me this moment, this precious chance. I'll gather up my past and make some sense at last. This is the moment when all I've done, all of the dreaming, scheming and screaming become one. This is the day, see it sparkle and shine, when all I live for becomes mine. Through all these years, I faced the world alone, and now the time has come to prove to them I've made it on my own. This is the moment, my final test.
Thank you, Myron. Thank you, guys. Wonderful to be here.
And ladies and gentlemen, now please welcome a man often referred to by just one name, but by tonight we will call him by two. Tonight's champion of children, Myron Martin.
So, Myron, thank you, by the way, for that great entertainment. We appreciate everything you guys do. It takes a lot of effort to come here, and we don't take it for granted. On behalf of the Public Education Foundation, I'm particularly honored and privileged to present you with the Champion of Children's Award. Okay?
Thank you, Sig. Wow, Frank Wildhorn. For those of us in the Broadway business, there's no one more important to Broadway than that man who was just sitting at the piano. You may not know that, but he's extraordinary. I can't believe, Frank, you flew in, there you are. You flew in all the way from New York via Houston. Thank you. And Judy, thank you. Clint, Susan, Jeff, thank you. Bruce, way to go. Wow. Wow. I think Sig covered most of my speech earlier. Yeah, we have had a couple of 100,000 kids come through our doors since we opened at the Smith Center, and it makes us really proud. But you know, I'm here tonight really because there were people who allowed me to dream. All the early dreams of the Smith Center were about education. And I'm blessed to work with some extraordinary people sitting right over there at table number 20 who dedicate their lives to education. They're the people who make sure that these yellow school buses pull up to the Smith Center on a regular basis. And I'm very proud to work with you and our management team, who has been called the Dream Team in Arts Management. So tonight I share this with all of you guys and appreciate you very much. So I'm just a guy that gets to live his dream. And I'm here because a group of people allowed me to dream. It was back in the 1990s when Don Snyder and Keith Bowman came to me and asked if I might help them figure out how we might bring a world-class performing arts center to Las Vegas. And they allowed me to dream. For the last, I don't know, almost 2 decades, to use Don's term, we've been locked at the hip. And I appreciate that. I've seen his commitment to education and to this community. He's been a mentor and a coach and a good friend. And frankly, I wouldn't be standing here tonight if it weren't for Don Snyder. And Sig, I'm going to come talk to you real soon because, in my opinion, there's nobody in this community more deserving of having a school named for them than Don Snyder. So I'm going to come talk to you about that as well. I also share tonight with our friends from the city of Las Vegas. I know Betsy Fretwell, our city manager, is here, and I saw Lois. This has been a wonderful public-private partnership, and I thank them very much. And I never miss an opportunity to thank the Donald W. Reynolds Foundation and Fred Smith, without whom there would be no Smith Center. So you heard Susan tell the story of my inspiration in the 4th grade. It's why I do what I do today. That goosebumps moment is what inspired me to do what I can for teachers and educators. But today, my inspiration comes from my family. My wife is a Clark County School District teacher. And I know how hard she works. It takes total dedication and commitment to be a school teacher, to be a good teacher. I know what it takes. And I guarantee you that if she weren't here tonight, she's still here? Yeah, she's here. If she weren't here tonight, she would be at home working on next week's lesson plans. She's committed to her kids, and that's what I've found with all the great teachers in our community. We have great teachers living here in Las Vegas. Our daughter, Molly, is the most precious thing on the planet to me. And frankly, we could afford to send her to a private school. But Dana and I believe in the power of a great public education. So, Molly is a 7th grader at Greenspun Junior High in the Clark County School District. So my girls, Dana and Molly, inspire me to do what I do today, and I thank them from the bottom of my heart for inspiring me every single day. So thank you, Dana and Molly. So when Judy called, when the Public Education Foundation called and told me about tonight, they didn't know that I had been working on something for the last couple of years that I believe is going to make a significant impact on our school system, and particularly on our teachers. My friend George Stevens, who produces the Kennedy Center Honors in Washington, D.C., is also credited with producing a show for teachers. This event at the Kennedy Center each year is responsible for not only helping the district to keep their best teachers, but it's helping them in a very tough school district to recruit some of the nation's best teachers. And I've been dreaming of how we might be able to do something like that here in Las Vegas. Well, thanks to the Smith Center's board, my dream, yet another dream, is about to come to life, and in only 2 weeks, you will see us announcing a brand new program right here in Las Vegas that will honor our teachers, called the Heart of Education Awards, and I'm very proud. So Pat Skorkowski may be the only person other than me that could possibly be more excited about this. Every time he and I get together and talk about this program, we get very excited. But think about it. This is not a school district-run program, it's a community-run program. It means all of us have a chance to take a moment and say to great teachers, thank you. So each year, 800 of our best teachers, nominated by the public, will be invited to come to the Smith Center with a guest. They're going to have a very, very special evening, like a big awards show, with swag bags and goodies, and world-class entertainment, and of course, a healthy dose of honoring their great work. We want to make teachers feel good about their profession, and I can't wait for our first event, which happens to fall on Mother's Day this May, and it will be the culminating event for Teacher Appreciation Week. So I hope that everybody who supports education in our community will join us. In fact, the only way to sit in the audience and see the big-name entertainment we're going to bring to town is to be a sponsor. And those who know me, this is my pitch. I encourage you all to become a sponsor so you can join us that night. So I thank you. Before I sit down, let me first say congratulations to my friend John Guedry. We appreciate what you do in this community. And let me thank the Public Education Foundation and Judy for allowing me to come up here and be a part of this. I am proud to live in a community filled with great people like all of you, where a dreamer is encouraged to dream and great teachers are honored for their great work. So thank you very much.
Thank all of you and applaud yourselves for supporting all the things that we do. Thank you. Thank you, Myron. You know, I'd be remiss tonight if I didn't acknowledge the fact that this foundation started about 20 years ago, and it started because of Lois Tarkanian, who's here tonight. It was her idea, and Judy and she got together and got me involved. So I'd like to acknowledge that. If she's somewhere, stand up, Lois, so we can say hello to you. And one other thing, you know, UNLV won tonight. They beat... It's a little transformational. You know, Reno almost beat Texas A&M, and they were a top 10 team, and we beat Reno. That says a lot. And that's to Don Snyder. He hired the coach, so this might be a transformational moment, you know, in UNLV football history. Thank all of you.
That's why we're wearing Rebel Red, right, Don? That's right. Go Rebels. There you go. That was a wonderful tribute, Myron. Or should I say Martin?
Exactly.
Now time for the live auction. So everybody, get out your auction registers, okay? And please welcome our favorite auctioneer, Christian Kohlberg.
Get to do the Lifetime Education Achievement Award. I've got that right, I hope.
Yes.
And this is the award that recognizes individuals like the others we've spoken of tonight, like Myron Martin and others who have dedicated their lives to children.
Recipients of this award have been tireless advocates for quality public education. To introduce tonight's honoree, please welcome back our Superintendent Pat Skorkowski and Hannah Brown, a member of the Public Education Board of Directors.
There's lots of love going on the stage here. We love that.
Okay,
we love
have
that.
a little love.
We have to have the love. That's
Yeah,
exactly
have to
right.
have the
So,
love, yeah.
ladies and gentlemen, this one will be hard for me personally. A lady who has literally given her lifetime to education. You know, when you think about people in the Clark County School District who have dedicated their lives, there are few who have been born here. So this lady, like me, was born way over on the other, one of those flyover states, as we used to call them. This lady was born in Tennessee, and at the time that she was born, she had to go to a black-only school, and was given the opportunity in high school to go to an integrated school. But this lady didn't stop. She went to a college where there were literally 1% of the population was African American. She went on to marry her amazing husband and ended up in Las Vegas, and in a very special place. She came to Las Vegas. I have known this woman for 20 plus years. I've known her daughters. I'm looking at her gorgeous daughter, Ashley, who I've known since she was in 5th grade, truly, and she's an amazing young lady. But this lady has not only given her life to the Las Vegas community, but she's given her life to a very specific population. This woman worked at Kermit Booker Elementary School and changed the way that they did business there. She showed us that when you love and you bring in the community, magical things will happen. Magical things happened at Kermit Booker Elementary School, and it was truly because not only did she make the school a great place, but she went out into the neighborhood and brought everyone into the school to make sure that the students who were served in that school had everything they could possibly need. And so this evening, we are here to honor the amazing Dr. Beverly Mathis. So please give her a round. Now, there are times in my career that we have had amazing meetings, but there's also times when Mother Beverly comes out.
Oh, I know.
And she schools me a little bit on what I need to be doing and how I need to be doing it. And I will tell you, I listen very intently because she knows what it is that makes a school work, and she knows what it is that makes kids value education and their own personal lives. And so now I get to turn it over to the amazing Miss Hannah Brown, who is both gorgeous and has been a trendsetter herself in this community and in the United States. So, Hannah.
Well, thank you. Thank you so much, Pat. And, you know, I'd like to follow up by saying I, too, went to an all-black grade school here in Las Vegas and transitioned to, obviously, an integrated school in high school. And I have wonderful stories to tell you about that. But I've had the privilege of knowing and working closely with Beverly Mathis for more than 2 decades. I've watched her grow as a leader and allow myself to be led by her as if she gave me a choice. Yeah. She's a guiding light for countless educators. Beverly is an extraordinary mentor to teachers and other school leaders. Just as important, she has been a guiding light for students and parents in the schools where she has taught and has been an administrator. It is impossible to overstate just how important her leadership was at Kermit Roosevelt Booker Senior Elementary School. She was appointed principal of the school in 1995, and she transformed the school. And when I say transformed, I mean that. Beverly reached out to the community, and I might add, made all of us a part of her efforts for our children, as well as making the school a welcome place for children and their parents. Her expectations for her students were high, and they met her goals. Funny how that works, huh? In her 16 years as principal at Booker Elementary, the school experienced success. Along the way, Beverly has challenged all of us to make a genuine commitment to providing real opportunity for our school children. Fully dressed, in high-heel shoes, hose, scarves, and all, it was not uncommon to see her going door to door to encourage little children to not miss a day of school. She literally picked them up. Beverly epitomized the best of teaching, and she has the courage of a leader. Beverly, you truly are deserving of this Lifetime Achievement Award. Thank you, Beverly, for all you have done and all that I know you will continue to do in the future to improve education. We love you, Beverly.
So education is a Mathis family value, and the entire Mathis family is engaged in education. Her husband, Ray, her daughter, Taya, works for us here in the Clark County School District, and Ashley is going on to amazing things in California. So tonight, Beverly, since you tend to take the time to preach to all of us about the power of education, we're here to give you a little special tribute. So please sit back and enjoy. Thank you.
together. It's up to you. What's your pleasure?
Everyone around the world, come on. Yahoo! It's the celebration. Yahoo! It's the celebration. Celebrate good times, come on. She's every woman. Celebrate good times, come on. She's every woman.
Whatever you want, whatever you need, woo! Anything you want done, baby, she'll do it naturally.
She's every woman. It's all in bed. Anything you want done, baby, she'll do it naturally. Whoa, whoa, whoa. She's every woman. It's all in bed. Anything you want done, baby, she'll do it naturally. Yahoo! It's the celebration. Yahoo! It's the celebration. 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 Everyone, let's celebrate that.
We used to think that we could not go on, and life was nothing but an awful song. But now we know the meaning of true love. We're leaning on the everlasting arm. If we can see it, then we can do it. If we just believe it, there's nothing to it.
We believe we can fly.
We believe we can fly.
We believe we can touch the sky.
Think about it.
Every night and
Spread our wings.
wings and fly away.
We believe we can soar.
See us running through that
open door.
We believe we can fly.
We believe we can fly. We believe we can fly. If we spread our wings.
We believe we can fly.
Fly, fly, fly.
Weren't they wonderful? It is our privilege to honor Beverly tonight. She has been an inspiration for so many of us for so many years, and we're so proud to work with her and have her in our community. So on behalf of the foundation, we're so happy to award her this Lifetime Achievement Award.
must work the work of him who sent me while it is day, because the night cometh and no man can work. These were the just astonishing words that were repeated in our home by Daisy Green, my mother. These words massaged within my heart, and they were ingrained on my brain, making a lasting impression on the person that you're looking at today. Translated into Beverly Mathis language, my mom simply was saying, find something that you enjoy doing, and you'll never have to work a day in your life. That's something. That's something for me was definitely being blessed to become an educator. To the Public Education Foundation, thank you. To all of my colleagues in the Public Education Foundation that I have the privilege of working side by side with daily, thank you. Thank you for publicly confirming my translated actions into a Lifetime Achievement Award. Thank you. Thank you, Public Education Foundation, for helping me to memorialize the dream of Daisy and Titus Green, my parents. My mom completed the 3rd grade. My dad completed the 2nd grade. My mom always said she was the smart one. My mom's challenge was reading. My dad's challenge was both reading and mathematics. So as you can see, my mom and dad were not formally educated, but I live today to say that they were definitely the first educators in our life. Our home was filled. Our home was filled with love, high expectations, and success for all. To my amazing husband of 39 glorious years, Ray Mathis, I share this award with you. To our 2 radiant, intelligent daughters, Tia and Ashley, and to a handsome, God-sent son-in-law, Michael. I also share this remarkable time and honor with you, that you too will continue to work the work as if your hair is on fire. As you remember the words of Winston Churchill, who once said, "We make a living by what we get, but we make a life by what we give." I stand tonight sharing this honor with my sister, Barbara Jean Lynch, a true educator who would have been here with me tonight, smiling from ear to ear and being the proudest person in the room on behalf of her baby sister. Jean is not here in person, but she is definitely here in spirit. But her son, Harry, my favorite nephew from New York, is here. So Harry, thank you for coming. Thank you for sharing. I stand sharing this prestigious award and honor with all, I say all, everybody say all of the phenomenal educators that I have been blessed to work with within those 35 years in the most resourceful school district in the nation, Clark County School District. So thank you, educators. Tonight is a magical night for me. I feel like the Black Cinderella. It's a magical feeling, and I am so grateful to the Public Education Foundation for honoring me. Please know, this is what I know. We do nothing by ourselves. And because of that, I stand with thanksgiving in my heart to the many extended family members, to my church family, to all of my friends, and to you for actually showing that it takes a village. So, to each of you, I say thank you for allowing me to stand. To God be the glory for all of the blessings that He has given, not just to me, but to each one of us. And remember, it's not over. The best is yet to come. Thank you, and God bless.
If that does not fire you up, check your pulse. I love Dr. Mathis. I said thanks a lot for making me cry coming up here, but let me tell you just a brief story, quick side note. I covered education in Clark County for 16 years as a reporter, and I got to meet some unbelievable principals, unbelievable educators over the years. I happened one day to go to Booker Elementary, and I said, oh my gosh, this place is on fire. I met this principal who is unbelievable. I went back and told everybody at the station, I know the kind of work she did there because I kept going back. I said, I got to learn more about this. And one of the stories that stands out in my mind, among many others that was already mentioned, she went around and she picked up children every single day so they could get to school. Another one is that she raised money so these kids could go up to Mount Charleston because most of them came from homes that, didn't have a lot. And she would take them up there, and for some, it was the first experience they'd ever seen with snow. Never seen snow in their lives. And it was just a magical experience, and you'd see the sparkle in these kids when they came to school every day. They wanted to be there. So thank you, Dr. Mathis, for everything you've done for this community. Well, now we get to honor our education hero. For 19 years now, the Public Education Foundation has honored heroes in this community, and there are so many. These men and women have worked on behalf of children to improve public education. This prestigious Education Hero Award recognizes those who have made philanthropic efforts, important civic contributions, and have strengthened education in our state. I'd like to invite to the stage to present this award, Sig Rogich and Roberta Martin.
Well, I think John Guedry's like a lot of us here. We kind of moved into Nevada. I give speeches around the country from time to time, and I always tell people that Las Vegas is kind of the Western melting pot. We're a lot like Pittsburgh, those steel workers and people that worked in the mines They were less formally educated, and they went to that city, and they worked hard and made a good living, and they spent the money on their children so they could get a good education. And I think Las Vegas is a lot like that. I think the difference with us is that we have the culinary trades. It allowed people to get ahead. It allowed them to educate their families. And so this city became kind of the Western melting pot in my mind. John was a little bit like that because he moved here from out of here, like a lot of us did. And he became a product of our school system. He went to UNLV, and then he got his degree, and he became a member of the financial services community. And today he's the CEO of a Bank of Nevada. He's the chairman-elect of the Las Vegas Metro Chamber of Commerce, the past chairman of the Nevada Bankers Association, a member of the trustees of the UNLV Foundation, and he's treasurer of the Public Education Foundation. It just shows you what hard work will do, because he certainly exemplifies all of that. I got to know John pretty well over the last 6 years since he joined our board as a member of the Public Education Foundation Board. And I know he cares so deeply about public education, transforming the essence of what we should be all about. And he asks the best questions, and he offers the best ideas, and he protects the treasury. And that's what we like him to do. And you know, during all those tough years, Randy was with him. Randy Campanella was by his side, and we worked on preserving all those investments we made as a foundation. And when the rest of the world had those toughest moments, we maintained our course. And so I attribute that to you guys a lot, and I appreciate deeply what you've done. I'm fortunate to have you in Nevada. So are a lot of people here tonight, all of us for that matter. More important, I'm more privileged to call you a friend. And so you make me look good in the things you do for that foundation. Thank you. Thank you, John. Nice to be with you. And now I want Roberta to say a few words.
I just want to say I'm so very happy that the Public Education Foundation is honoring John Guedry as its education hero this year. John knows what an impact a quality education has made on his life, and he is passionate about ensuring that students have the kinds of opportunities that he had growing up. When I think of John, I think of trust. John is responsible, he's principled, he is also an individual who is there when times are tough, not just when times are good. That is the measure of a good man. When we think of great business leaders today, whether it's here in Las Vegas or around the country, we often think of people who are driven to the point that they only leave time for work. But John is one of those rare leaders who leads a balanced life. Indeed, work is important, but his family means everything to him. John has his priorities in order. In fact, I'd suggest that a truly great leader understands how important it is to have a balance between the office and his or her work life, his or her home life. John is also passionate about the well-being and the future of Las Vegas, the place we all call home. He has been and continues to be an active member of many different community organizations and charities. They are lucky to be called friend by John. I am also privileged to be called a friend by John. Thank you, John, for your service to public education and to your community. Now it's time for John and our guests to sit back, relax, and enjoy a student tribute to our education hero.
And made your friend, and now life's okay.
It's like you never felt any fear. Even when it wasn't your day, your week, your month, your friends were near. They said,
I'll be there for you when the rain starts to pour. I'll be there for you like I've been there before. I'll be there for you 'cause you're there for me too.
didn't know back then your fate. Your career and family's grown, and things are going great.
But you know, not all days are like these. And people tell you when the world has brought you down to your knees. I'll be there for you when the rain starts to pour. I'll be there for you like I've been there before. I'll be there for you 'cause you're there for me too.
Hey, John.
Okay, John.
Look, maybe you can settle this argument, all right? So now that the class of 1982's graduated, we're trying to decide where we want to live.
San Diego.
We've got to vote for San Diego,
Seattle.
another for Seattle.
It has to be Boston. Didn't we agree on Boston?
This crew wants to live somewhere
The town
on the
has
East
so
Coast.
much history. Come on, it's not fair to ask him. He'll say New Orleans, hands down. Why don't we just go up to Seattle?
No,
It's
we
okay.
need
Boston,
John
you
to
are
decide.
history.
We need to trust John.
Guys, I don't want to go anywhere. Look, we all like it here. Sure, this town is young and needs to grow, but we can make this happen. All we need to do is just step up and make this the community we want this town to be.
How are we going to do that, John?
Well, we work hard, we invest in culture, education, someone buy me coffee.
Seriously, John, who's going to do this? What difference are we going to make?
I don't know, but if we can't do it ourselves, then we have to find someone else to do it. It'll be like a treasure hunt or a mystery.
Excuse me, did I hear you mention a mystery?
And a treasure? Like a missing persons report.
Who are you?
I'm Joe Hardy. This is my brother Frank and our friend Nancy Drew. I'm sorry, but I couldn't help but overhear that you have a mystery to solve?
Yes, we were just talking about someone to help us build a bit more community.
And culture. I want to go see a show.
The case of the missing person.
Artist.
Leader.
Hero.
That's it. The case of the missing hero.
We'll take it. Don't you worry about a thing, Mr.
Oh, Guedry. John Guedry.
Nice to meet you, Mr. Guedry. And don't worry, we'll find your hero.
Okay, good luck.
Bye. So your uncle.
I think
Yeah, did you
he
see
bought
it?
it the same place when we died.
No, he lost so much
I was
weight.
with
He
my
looks like
sister just this
completely
week.
different.
The Hardy Boys and Nancy Drew are on the case.
Okay, but where to start? Where do you find a hero?
We could check the coffee shop, interview the customers and staff, see if anybody has interests in becoming a community advocate.
Yes, but start from there? Interviewing, looking for one person at a time?
I think I see a flaw in our plan.
Yes, that could take 30 years. I don't think Mr. Guidry has that kind of time.
Yeah, he doesn't seem like a wait around kind of guy. Time! That's it, we start with time. Going back in time, that is, to learn a little bit more about our clientele. Let's see what kind of guy Mr. Guidry is.
I like the way you think. What about the fall of 1977?
Yes, his senior year of high school. That's perfect. Where did you get that book?
I don't know.
5, 6, 5, 6, 7, and.
Cowboys, chaparral cowboys, fight on to our victory. Orange and black will fly, banners waving up, bands are yelling out, fight with all your might. Come on and win tonight, cowboys, chaparral cowboys. Strong and bold. Our team, we are the best. Spirit will do the rest. Finish waving up, hands are yelling up, fight with all your might. Come on, Cowboys, fight!
John, what made this win possible for Chaparral High School
Well,
tonight?
it took a lot of hard work, long practices, but together we all worked as a team, and this is what teamwork can accomplish right
Cowboys! 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 Cowboys!
good. Oh, yeah.
That was enlightening.
Yeah.
John is competitive and dedicated, but he also knows the value of teamwork.
Right.
Well, should we move forward then? Circa 1980, perhaps.
College! Being young and energetic.
Out of the house and on your own.
Hey, making new friends.
Going to parties.
Fraternities.
Sororities.
And the pursuit of academic excellence.
Yeah, that too.
John, did you hear what I said?
Oh, sorry. Can you believe the Saints blew it again?
Seriously, John? Can we talk about the leadership models?
Yeah, I just have these survey results to finish up, and I'm starting my job at the pool this weekend. It's gonna be tough fitting everything in.
Okay, John, you gotta make education your top priority. You're not gonna work at the pool for the rest of your life.
Yes, you're right, of course. It just actually feels good doing something, contributing, instead of just learning about it. 2 interceptions in the last 5 minutes? Oh. Leadership models, where were we?
He kept it together and graduated with honors in 1982.
Nicely done, John. Way to stick with it. Where do we go next?
You mean, when do we go next? Let's jump forward quite a few years. In the year 2000, John was appointed the president and CEO of the Business Bank of Nevada.
To the next millennium, then.
My friends, I have brought you all here together because you are the best at what you do, and we need your best. Here's where we are today, and here's where we'll be in a couple of months. Now, we can't let that happen. We're losing clients, we're undercapitalized, we're facing personnel challenges, and we're under regulatory control. Now, how can we turn this around?
We start by re-examining our core values, and then we provide our customers excellent service that is in alignment with those values.
Good.
We rebrand the bank so people are aware they're doing something different. That will help our image.
Yes, and the testimony we'll get from our clients who will receive better service will give us a better reputation.
Excellent.
Regulatory control is a matter of having the right people doing the right job.
I can help with that. I will make sure that our people get the training that they need.
Great.
With all the right people in all the right places, we should recruit the right talent and ensure the bank will be successful.
Excellent. Now, we're going to have to work as a team, so let's get to work.
Wow. Bike races can be brutal.
John certainly has a competitive edge to him.
Yes, and that competitiveness is contagious.
Through thick and thin, we stuck together. People criticized us. They said we couldn't do it. But here we are, still in the fight. We found ways to win no-win situations. We survived. But still, they put us down. Still, they refuse to believe. But we know that they are wrong. Yes, the competition is bigger. Yes, they've been around longer. Yes, they are the favorites. And if you look at the numbers, we're outmatched. But we are more nimble. We can adapt quicker. We can outsmart our opponents. At the end of the day, they'll be wondering, What happened? Now let's get out there and win this game! Yeah! Let's go, come on!
Well, Mr. Guedry, it's been quite some time.
Yes, a little over 33 years and 4 months since your college graduation. Fortunately, the Hardy Boys and Nancy Drew never age.
And all along, Mr. Guedry, you were the hero we were looking for. Your competitiveness, your determination to work hard,
And your affinity for teamwork
has made you the hero of this story. As Lou Holtz said, do the right thing and do the best you can.
and always show people you care.
That's what you did, Mr. Guedry, and I'd say that's a job well done.
Now we have one more song for you, Mr. Guedry, that we believe embodies the good spirit and soul that you have shared with your friends, family, and community. From all of us.
You can be anything you wanna be. You can go anywhere you wanna see. A little hard work and you can do it. Faith will get you through it. Many possibilities. You gotta believe it, see it, and you can be it. The answers are all inside yourself. The universe has plenty of space, and the gift that it gave to the whole human race is that we're all made of stars. We're all made of dreams. No matter who you are, you can do what you want, go where you like, be who you wanna be.
If a doctor could save only just one life from pain and from misery, that's what I'd wanna be. I'll sail around the world, a life of discovery. That is the life for me. If I could write every single day, I'd write all my cares away. I'll be leading a different life, a wonderful life, a magical life.
You can do what you want, go where you like, be who you wanna be. You can do what you want, go where you like, be who you wanna be.
Be what you wanna be.
Be what you wanna be.
I'd like to introduce first Jasmine Stevens and Sam Fagel.
Mr. Guedry, the Public Education Foundation would like to present you with a book. This book is called A Hero Named John.
The book will be in the library of every elementary and middle school in the Clark County School District. The book will also be in every public library in Nevada.
Thank you.
So this is the first time I get to ask Sig to come over. We are so proud of John, and we are so happy that he is a part of our board and he is a bridge builder. He brings all the different groups in our community together and finds common ground, and we so appreciate him. And we're proud to make him our education hero.
I'll hold this for you while you say a few words. Boy, after watching your life replayed, you sure you don't want to change your mind? You got 1 minute to pick another Ed hero. I'm profoundly humbled by that great display by those kids. They were terrific. I'll talk to my wife later about all the information she provided them. And I want to thank whoever cast the group, because that kid that played me, I mean, it's a pretty good-looking guy, wasn't I? So, and very inspirational. I probably could have used him in our board meetings. Before I comment on a few things, I do want to also say Don Schneider's on our boards. I feel like Don Schneider's the Kevin Bacon of Las Vegas. There's 7 degrees of separation. He's involved in everything. But on behalf of my colleagues at Bank of Nevada, really they're the reason that I get to do what I do. I work for a great company. You heard Myron talk about this earlier. And I think Myron would agree with me on this. Both of us are fortunate to work for great organizations that allow us to pursue our passion, to be able to do things to support the communities that we live in, that our families live in, our kids live in. And it's just a great honor to represent my colleagues at Bank of Nevada in doing the things that I do and the things that I love to do. But as much as I'm honored by this award, I do feel compelled to recognize the real heroes. And there are real heroes every day in education that we've all experienced over the course of our lives. And I want to just touch on a few of them, and I've invited a few guests here today, and I'm going to embarrass them a little bit, just a little bit. There's administrators and principals that make the difference in school districts and schools around the country. And here in Las Vegas, that's certainly no different. You had a chance to hear from Pat Skorkowski earlier. Pat is a phenomenal superintendent at Clark County School District, and he deserves a round of applause. I told him earlier this evening that he's doing an incredible job for 4 people. I really think it's a 4-person job. He works tirelessly. He's, every event, he's just does an amazing job. And the principals at the schools have that same responsibility. They have to be the leaders of their schools. They set the tone and they set the bar very high at the really great schools. I'm fortunate one of my colleagues here tonight, Mike Cunningham, is married to his better half. And his better half, Kimberly Cunningham, is the principal of Goolsby Elementary School, one of our best schools in the Clark County School District system. And everywhere she's been a principal, it's been one of our best schools in the school district. So I'd like to give her a round of applause for the work she does. For any of us, and you heard Dr. Mathis talk about this, and she's one of those that I describe as a real hero, somebody that every day has dedicated her life to educate our children to make sure that they have a brighter future. And I think that one of the other categories that are really the unsung categories are those parents, especially those parents that, you know, they make sure that their child is first in everything. They put their child first in every priority list that they put together. They want to make sure that their child has the best opportunity to succeed. And the single parent is a special parent. It's the parent that just goes above and beyond, takes care of all of the responsibilities of being an adult, and then makes sure that they never forget the fact that that their kids rely on them. And that single parent, sometimes on a very rare occasion, you find one that owns their own business, and then they decide to run for office to make our lives better here in Nevada so that they can make their lives better for their kids. And one of my guests this evening is Senator Patty Farley. Senator Farley has epitomized what a great parent does. She always makes decisions that are best for not only her children, but all the children here in Southern Nevada. I'd like to applaud her for the work she does for all of us here. As every parent knows, it's a it's a job that you don't get a lot of appreciation for, but the real thanks that you get is to watch your kids grow up and be successful. And I know that every day she's grateful for what her children give back to her, but I know that that's what drives her and motivates her. And she does it, you know, I don't know how she does it. I've said this to her a couple of times I've met with her. I don't know how you run a company, raise 2 beautiful daughters, and work in Carson City 6 months out of the year. And then when you're not up there, you're working throughout Las Vegas trying to make sure that we're a better city and a better state to live in. Sometimes the other hero that's in that mentor role isn't always the parent. I know in our case, as my older brother and I got into high school level, my dad wasn't around a lot, so my mom was that single parent that worked sometimes 2 jobs, and she wasn't able to be there to make sure we got off to school in the morning and we got our homework done at night. And I was fortunate to have an older brother, David, who he and his beautiful wife, Susie, came in today from Dallas, so we appreciate them being here. David was the Stepford student. David was the straight A student. It seemed like it was effortless for him. But he set the bar for me to make sure that I never coasted. I couldn't just take it easy, partially because I was competitive and I wanted to be, but more importantly, David always made sure that I didn't sit back and don't do the work. He made sure that I was there to do the work, and I'll be forever grateful for the impact he's made in my life. The education hero that gets, and you heard Myron talk a little bit about this, and Dr. Mathis as well, the education hero that gets almost no recognition for what they do are the teachers. And we have some amazing teachers. I've been blessed to meet and work with many of them here in Clark County. I was personally blessed growing up to have teachers that made sure that they were more than teachers to me. They were mentors. They were coaches. They were, you know, they helped me establish the values that I try to live my life by. And one of those teachers that has always been that to me, he was the person that taught me the importance of hard work and dedication, the importance of loyalty and teamwork, really the core values that you know I get up every day and try and emulate and become part of, is my high school football coach, Coach Johnson. He gave that commitment to all of my teammates, to all of his students. I mean, I never saw him play favorites. It wasn't about, you know, this player or this student over that player or that student. It was just about, you know, these are kids and it's my job to set the example for them. And he set an incredible example for somebody that didn't have a father around for much of my teen years. I really viewed him like a father figure. I've never told him that, but he was just a incredible person in my life. So thank you. And certainly last but not least is my wife. My wife is a retired teacher. And this is probably true of a lot of parents out there, but never more so true of my wife. She had a budding career in commercial real estate, was working at Howard Hughes Corporation. Back then I think it was called Summa Corporation. And she was doing, you know, phenomenal things in commercial real estate and had made a name for herself in that industry. And our first daughter came along and she said, I need to be home. Second daughter came along and she said, I need to be teaching them. So she went back to school, got her teaching degree while raising 2 small kids. And when I say raising 2 small kids, I thought my job was to go to work and her job was to take care of the kids, and she did an amazing job doing that. Very unselfish. I mean, just put her life aside and made sure that my daughter's lives were the most important thing. So she taught in the Clark County School District system while they went through elementary school. She taught at their school. She made sure they had the best teachers in the school. And she made sure that they were getting their homework done, and she was getting reports every day on what they were doing. So for that, I apologize, but your mom wanted to make sure you got a good education. She's now doing the same thing with our 2 great our 4-year-old grandsons. We have twin grandsons, my oldest daughter Jennifer's little boys, and so my wife is there reading to them every night, making sure that they're practicing their letters and colors and numbers. And she could easily go back into a career in real estate. She's kept her license active. She's been very active in the community. She does all of this without getting any recognition at all. So tonight I want to recognize her as my hero. She has been a great example of how to live my life, and she's made me a better man. So I know I'm standing between you and getting home to the cool side of your pillow, so I'm going to wrap up here and just say I want to thank you all for supporting such a great organization as the Public Education Foundation. Judy Steele and her team there do an amazing job. It's a very small staff. It's a very small staff. They currently run about 17 different programs in support of public education. Judy is a real visionary in what needs to be done to help support the education system here in Nevada and make it the best system it can possibly be. And they do that on, quite frankly, a budget that should be much larger so they could do even more. So nights like tonight are a big way for us to make sure that we are providing them the resources so that they can be successful in helping the school district educate our children. So as you ask yourself, what can I do to get involved to help education? Look for organizations like the Public Education Foundation. Talk to people like Judy. They can tell you, I promise you, you will not leave there without knowing exactly what you can do, and she'll have you signed up, and you'll be volunteering your first day there. So she's an amazing woman. They're an amazing organization. I'm proud to be part of it, and I thank you all for being here tonight, and thank you for this great honor.
Well, this certainly has been a sensational evening tonight. We have raised approximately $600,000 tonight to help continue the work of the Public Education Foundation. If you have not received your silent auction items, stop by the auction table located right outside. And as we mentioned earlier tonight, please support teaching and learning in our community by hitting the Donate Now button on your smartphone. And also a heartfelt thank you to those who chose to leave a legacy at the Public Education Foundation by purchasing a leaf on our giving tree. I'd like to name the folks who have done that tonight. From Art Tech, Gary Harmon and Mark Missoni, thank you for purchasing a leaf. Also, Stephen and Lauren Kelty, thank you very, very much.
Couple more quick thank yous. Larry Ruvo and Southern Wine and Spirits of Nevada always have been there for the Public Education Foundation, making this a great evening. Thank you for hosting and the beverages tonight. Karen and Morgan Cashman, along with Cashman Photo Enterprises, have helped create such wonderful memories over the years, so we thank them for helping out as well. Also want to thank Clint Holmes, Susan Anton, who's still really hot, Matt King, Frank Wildhorn, and Bruce Ewing. I'll tell my wife, it's okay. Bruce Ewing for pitching in with their talents to make this fabulous evening. Thank you so very much also to Judy Steele, amazing as always. All of the Public Education Foundation staff and all the volunteers. Just so many more folks to thank. You want to?
Oh, there's more? There's more. Okay, because it keeps going. Where are you now?
Right there.
Okay, our sincerest appreciation goes to Jerry Bourne, director of tonight's student tribute, and all the talented students for their fantastic performances tonight. Once again, our greatest thanks to you, our supporters, and our guests for supporting the vision, passion, and work of the Public Education Foundation and believing in a better future for our children.
And pick up a copy of your book, A Hero Named John, on your way out. And have a great evening. Thanks so much for coming.
Good night, everybody.